This is what we're mapping and seeing in the patterns of the body, of your body, around these types of experiences. And why we do this in somatic therapy and the work that I do energetically and somatically with in the clinic room is that this is where the work begins. This is a threshold. This is a portal in to understanding your nervous system and your body and your relationship with your body and the felt sense and how you can start to recognize and support that. Let's move on to talking about what disrupts this flow or this disjointed flow and this process that is subconscious. You know, we have these expectations, these patterns ancestrally in our body, these cycles, and without even knowing what's happening in the body, we just move in these expected ways, in these patterns. And so part of healing the nervous system and getting that regulation in the nervous system and tending to the body is disrupting those patterns, is understanding those patterns, which is what we just did before, and then disrupting those patterns. So after we've mapped, and that healing process begins that we are mapping, understanding that map of our system, and then we can go into repatterning. So we don't come into the world disconnected. We are shaped from our truth by trauma, conditioning, and inherited survival strategies and culture, the culture around us. What's in the water, what's in the land, how the culture's responding, the colonized culture in which we are cultured in at the moment, which we're marinating in at the moment, and for generations we've been marinating in, all impacts us to disconnect us from self, community, each other, globe, ancestors, earth. So many of us are taught not to listen to our bodies, especially if we grew up in homes with emotional neglect, control, abuse, trauma. We had parents that were in survival mode themselves, had a dysregulated nervous system. There could have been patterns of addiction. There could have been family violence. One parent who was really struggling and unable to provide that care to the child in the house, particularly the children in the house, particularly if it was a mother. And if you were raised in this environment where there was these types of challenges and barriers to disconnect, they disconnected you from yourself, your felt self, your body, each other, and there was no healthy, secure attachment. You were raised and you became a parentified child. So you became the parent in the dynamic between you and the adults in your life, and your own needs weren't seen as valid. And that parentified child dynamic is the death mother, is the death parent, where you cut things away from yourself and you lose a lot of your childhood. You don't have a childhood. You move into this world, and it's in order to survive, you've got to step up and you've got to become the adult as the child. So you have to start to parent yourself and parent sometimes the adults in your life and parent siblings. And it's a survival strategy. It's to keep you safe. And as you grow, this parentified child, this death mother energy in which you've been raised in, you take that on within yourself, and and that's your inner critic